In this video, we'll break down the number one skill that separates players who win from players who constantly struggle. We'll explore the most important in-point decisions that shape every rally, and we'll talk about modern pickleball through the lens of decision-making. After years of playing, studying the game, and competing against top players, one truth stands out. Matches are not decided by power, hands, or even pure technique. They are decided by choices. The first decision of every point happens before the ball even crosses the net. The serve is an immediate opportunity to gain an advantage, yet most players waste it because they do not intentionally choose where or how to serve. In pickleball, there are multiple options. A serve can be flat, spinny, short, deep, wide, or directed at the body. The key is not variety for its own sake, but choosing the right option based on information. The first piece of information comes from the opponent's positioning. If an opponent is standing off the court, that positioning reveals something. It often indicates an attempt to hide a weakness. That is free information. The server can choose to attack that weakness directly or serve down the middle to force a weaker return. Positioning provides clues before the rally even begins. The second factor is how close the returner is standing to the baseline. If the returner is tight to the line, a heavier, more aggressive, spinnier serve is the better option. If the returner is standing farther back, a lower, harder serve that drives through the court forces them to hit up on the ball and produce a weaker return. The quality and shape of the serve should match the returner's depth. The third consideration is strategic within the team. Who should hit the third shot? The serve can be used to influence where the return is likely to go. A wide serve to the forehand may make it difficult for the returner to redirect cross-court, increasing the likelihood that the ball comes back to a specific player. A hard serve into the backhand down the middle can create late contact and reduce redirection options. By choosing serve location intentionally, a team can influence which partner hits the third shot and increase their odds in the rally's first transition phase. After the serve and return, the serving team faces one of the most defining choices in pickleball: drive or drop. This single decision shapes how the point develops. The correct choice depends primarily on the quality of the return. If the return is higher and slower, that is a green light to drive. A player has more time and margin, making aggression higher percentage. If the return is lower and faster, the smarter play is to drop and be more defensive, respecting the pressure of the incoming ball. The height and pace of the return dictate the level of risk. Beyond ball quality, opponent tendencies matter. Against a team with excellent hands, driving may feed directly into their strength. In that case, dropping and working forward to the kitchen exposes their soft game instead. On the other hand, if opponents struggle with hands but excel in dinking exchanges, driving becomes a tool to pressure them and force errors. Decision-making here is not random aggression or automatic softness. It is a calculated response to both ball quality and opponent's skill set. As the serving team moves forward behind a third shot, another decision emerges: poach or stay home. Poaching, crossing into a partner's side to intercept the next ball, can create immense pressure when timed correctly. When mistimed, it gives away easy points. The first factor is shot direction. If a partner hits cross-court, the opposite player must protect the line. Crossing in that moment exposes a large gap. If the partner hits down the line, the need to protect that sideline decreases, creating a window to pinch middle and look for an interception. Direction of the third shot changes court responsibility. The second factor is the quality of the third shot. A high third shot gives the opponent attacking options, including burning down the line or driving through space. In that scenario, crossing is dangerous. A lower third shot that forces the opponent to hit up limits their ability to attack aggressively, making poaching more viable. Evaluating trajectory and pressure is essential before committing. The third element is positioning. Pinching toward the middle before fully committing provides flexibility. Leaning forward and shading middle allows a player to read the ball and decide in real time whether to cross or stay. Commitment should follow evaluation, not precede it. Successful poaching is less about boldness and more about reading. It requires communication, anticipation, and discipline. The right decision creates chaos for opponents. The wrong one creates frustration within the team. In dink exchanges, decision-making becomes subtle but just as critical. One of the most common errors is misjudging when to apply pressure versus when to neutralize. Hitting a defensive dink when the ball is attackable wastes opportunity. Trying to be aggressive while off balance invites mistakes. The first consideration is the incoming ball. If an opponent is applying pressure with aggressive dinks, the correct response is often to neutralize and deaden the ball. Matching aggression with forced aggression compounds risk. Neutralizing resets the rally and regains balance. If the opponent provides a slower, higher dink, that opens space to move them around the court. A more aggressive dink can shift control and begin creating openings. Recognizing the difference between a neutral ball and an opportunity ball is foundational. Body position is equally important. If pushed wide or off balance, the smarter decision is to send a defensive ball back. When stable and in strong position, aggressive placement becomes higher percentage. The quality of one's stance and balance should guide shot intent. The flow of the dink rally is dynamic. Each ball presents information. Strong decision-makers process that information continuously, adjusting between neutralizing and applying pressure, rather than committing to one style regardless of context. When an opponent speeds up, the defending team must instantly decide who covers middle and who covers line. Miscommunication here is a frequent source of frustration between partners. The first question is where the attack is coming from. If the attack originates cross-court, the player directly across typically covers middle while the partner protects the line. If the attack comes from directly in front, responsibilities shift. The player in front covers line and body, while the partner slides to protect middle. The direction of the attack determines coverage priority. This is not arbitrary positioning but a structured response to geometry. When both players understand this logic, coverage becomes automatic rather than reactive. Decision-making is the #1 skill that can immediately elevate performance. Mastering decision-making does not require reinventing mechanics. It requires awareness, evaluation, and disciplined choices. When those small decisions improve, results follow.